Rimmeru, the eighth deadly sin. Wolf, sin of deception by WGS564. Fox, sin of greed. Time had passed. Rimmeru and Diane were gasping, seemingly tired, while glaring at each other. The center of their eyes looked empty. Meliodas. Diane. Rimmeru. What the heck are you two doing way over here? They looked in his direction as color returned to their eyes. Diane. Captain, you're all right. It seems Rimmeru's still got his touch. Where is he anyway? Rimmeru. I'm right here. Where were you? Meliodas. Are you two doing okay? Diane. What are you talking about? I feel fine. Hawk. After Rimmeru got rid of all the bugs, you both charged full speed ahead to based prison. Diane. Wait, we did. Rimmeru. I'm drawing a blank on that one. Elizabeth. Are you two okay? Meliodas. Can't put my finger on it, but something's not adding up. You really sure you're both alright? Diane. Yeah. My head's just a little fuzzy. Rimmeru. Same, wonder what that was about. They suddenly heard the ring of a tiny bell. Ruin. I am the Holy Knight Ruin, member of the Weird Fangs, and destroyer of the 8 deadly sins. Diane. That Holy Knight's back. Rimmeru. Captain, take the princess and go, we'll handle this guy. But to both of their surprise, Meliodas, Elizabeth, and Hawk were nowhere to be found. Diane. Captain. Wait, where did everybody go? Rimmeru. No idea, I can't sense them anywhere. Ruin let out a vile chuckle. Ruin. They are all at my mercy. Diane. Give the captain back right now. Diane said as she attempted to stomp the Holy Knight, but missed as he leapt in the air. Rimmeru followed up by kicking him down from the air. Rimmeru. Be a gentleman and do as the lady asked, will you? They both walked down Ruin, but he continued to chuckle, mocking them. Rimmeru. This guy's a bit tough. Ruin. You're all going to die by my hand. Diane. I'm gonna tell you here, and no, we're not losing to some holy knight. Rimmeru. Tell us what you did with our friends, and we won't have to kill you. But what they were unaware of was that they had succumbed to an illusion. What they thought was the Holy Knight Ruin was actually Meliodas, who was fleeing along with Elizabeth and Hawk. Meliodas. Those eyes. Their eyes looked lacking in color and focus as if they were hypnotized. Meliodas. They can't see us at all, even if they wanted to. Hawk. Well, what are we supposed to do now? Meliodas grabbed Elizabeth and ran, and Hawk followed. Meliodas. We run for starters. Hawk. I had a feeling you'd say that. Rimmeru. After him. Rimmeru and Diane both continued to attack them and chase them. It was all Meliodas could do to protect both Elizabeth and Hawk until they escaped their sight. Diane. You can't hide forever, Holy Knight, and when I find you, I'm gonna twist, turn, and pulverize your armor right along with you. Rimmeru. This guy's slippery. Stay close, we don't know his powers, and if he was able to abduct the captain, he can't be taken lightly. Diane. Right. Meanwhile, Meliodas, Elizabeth, and Hawk were hiding with 2 shepherds they found on the path. Elizabeth. Did something happen to them when they went to based prison? Meliodas. Well, whatever it was, it made them nuts. Look after these guys a sec, okay? Meliodas left to attempt to reason with his fellow sins, but he succumbed to the illusion as well. Rimmeru, Diane, and Meliodas ended up clashing with each other, the illusion going even farther, constantly switching who was friend and forcing them to gang up on one or the other, destroying the area. It was all Elizabeth and the 2 shepherds could do to avoid their magic. Hawk. What do we do, Elizabeth? Elizabeth. I'm not sure. If this goes on, they'll die. But how in the world can we stop this? Meanwhile, back at based prison. Jericho. Find the 8 deadly sins, ban the fox, sin of greed. Soldier 1. Right away, Jericho, it's just, Soldier 2. Why are you dressed like that? Jericho. Never mind that, now go get me a change of clothes and my suit of armor. The soldiers were flustered by her appearance. Jericho. What are you waiting for? I said go. They left to do as told. Jericho. Curse him, how could he? Flashback. Ban had easily subdued Jericho, causing her to drop her sword. Jericho. Just finish me. Get this over with already. Ban. Know what, Barber? Ban loosened his grip and brought her to his eye level. Ban. That's a nice looking suit of armor you got on ya. Ban lightly tapped her face with his fingers. Ban. But I just don't think it's your style. End of flashback. Jericho. Mark my words, I'm gonna make you pay for what you've done, Ban. Understand me. Ban was seen taking off what was left of Jericho's armor. Ban, man, I knew it was too small. I really dug it too. Ban overheard the guards yelling at each other about where to search. Ban, what's with all the racket around here lately? It's like someone broke out of prison or something. Jude, where do you think you're going, Ban of the 8 deadly sins? Ban, hey, what's up, Holy Knight Jude? Jude, I've come to destroy you. Prepare to take your last breath. Ban, so you wanna off me, huh? After all this time. Jude, you have no further use to us. You adequately served your purpose as the bait to lead your captain and vice captain of the 8 deadly sins here. Even at this moment, 3 of their members, Dragon Sin Meliodas, Wolf Sin Rimmeru, and Serpent Sin Diane, are being eliminated at the hands of the Weird Fangs. And when I'm finished with you, I will bring the total to 5 sins who no longer exist to wreak havoc on this world. Ban chuckled. Ban, well, I'm all for your dream coming true, man. Jude, who is it that captured you 5 years ago, has been torturing you ever since? Surely you haven't forgotten. Ban, K, have a nice life. Ban walked off. Jude stabbed Ban in the center of his chest with a metal spike. Ban looked shocked as life seemed to drain from him. Or did it? Ban smirked at the Holy Knight. Ban, you really that sad to see me go? Jude, it appears you haven't learned anything in your 5 years here. 8 deadly sins, Fox Sin. Jude pushed the wound deeper, in turn pushing Ban against the wall. Jude, no matter how strong you think you are completely powerless before Jude. Ban coughed up more blood. Meanwhile, Meliodas, Rimmeru, and Diane were still clashing with each other. Hawk. Each one of them seems to think that the other one is a holy knight. Elizabeth. It can't be both of you have to stop it, now that's enough. The 3 of them seemed to snap out of it. Diane. Princess. What are you doing here? Hawk. We should be asking you that. Diane. Captain, Vice Captain. You're both here. Where's that holy knight? Rimmeru. No clue, the guy's illusions are troublesome. Meliodas. You're both right. The shepherd child walked up to Diane. Child. Poor big lady, are you alright? Diane. Yeah, you okay? You're still here. Child. Yeah. Rimmeru. Good thing the kid's okay at least. The ring of the bell could be heard again. Ruin appeared in Rimmeru's eyes once again. He fought again, but it never seemed to end. Rimmeru. This illusion is troublesome. Rimmeru reached for the katana at his waist. Rimmeru. It seems I'll have to end this. Meanwhile, Ruin had revealed himself to Elizabeth and seemed to take pleasure in tormenting her. Ruin. As we speak, the 3 sins are engaged in battle and will be dead within moments. Elizabeth. Turn them both back to normal. Ruin, annoyed by her, struck her with his staff. Hawk. Elizabeth. Ruin. There's nothing quite like a little girl's face writhing in pain. Rimmeru. I wonder how your face would look in the same way. Ruin, shocked by the source of the voice, turned to see Rimmeru's fist punch him in the face, sending him back. Ruin. My spell's been broken, but how? The bell is still here, so why isn't it working? Rimmeru sheathed his katana. Air around him seemed to thicken and feel heavy. It was hard to move or even breathe. Rimmeru. I'll packing kill you all. Meliodas. Hey, Rimmeru. Rimmeru. Captain. Meliodas. Nobody needs you losing control right now, please let me handle this. Rimmeru. Meliodas. I'd be fine trading places with you, but I'm not the one capable of helping her right now, so please. Meliodas' face had a serious expression on it. Rimmeru. Fine, just don't even make it seem like it could be called a fight. Rimmeru's aura seemed to calm down as he walked over to Elizabeth. Meliodas punched Ruin, sending him flying. Phreasia. Oh no, Ruin. Rimmeru. You've got your own problems, I'm afraid. She backed away from Rimmeru. Rimmeru. Relax, unlike you guys, I'm not one to take pleasure in hurting weaker women. I'll leave that to her. Phreasia heard knuckles cracking behind her and turned to see Diane, clearly not amused. Meanwhile. Ban. Would you like to know why it is you people were able to catch me 5 years ago? Way back in those days, I was in the market for some pain. I wanted to wallow in suffering because that might have made me feel I was alive. Ban spoke as he removed Jude's spike from his chest. Ban. But I'm over that now. Your pain has become boring. Jude was in shock. Ban. If the captain's alive, that means all sorts of fun things are about to start happening. And if the same goes for the vice captain, then I definitely can't afford to waste time here lest I make him angry. So, there's no reason for me to continue rotting away in this boring dump of yours. Ban had stabbed Jude in his chest with his own spike that he had just used to stab him. Jude. Wait, are you going to try overthrowing the kingdom, like you did 10 years ago? Ban. Overthrow the kingdom. I remember something about that. Jude. Try it again. I dare you. Every holy knight in the land would leap at the opportunity to engage in an all-out war against you, sins. Jude coughed up blood through his armor. Ban chuckled. Ban. Sounds pretty nice. Meanwhile, Frisia had been stomped on by Diane. Diane dusted off her hands before she looked to check on Elizabeth. She saw that Rimmeru was healing her, which eased her worries. Hawk. I'm so sorry, Elizabeth. If only I were strong like my mom. Rimmeru. She'll be alright, Hawk, she just needs to rest. Diane. She was messed up pretty badly, we gotta get her back to the tavern, or maybe see if the town can shelter her. Rimmeru. Good idea. Elizabeth. Hold on. Would you please? I want you to take me along with you. Hawk. You can't do that, not like this. Rimmeru. Your body may be healing, but it still needs time to recover. I know Meliodas seemed up and at him easily, but that's not always the case, you need to rest. Elizabeth. You know, I made a promise, that I would never stop fighting to protect the kingdom and its people. Diane. Rimmeru's the expert here, and if he says it can't happen now, then that's how it'll be, I'm sorry. Elizabeth. Why not? Rimmeru. She's right, we're heading to based prison, no telling how many bad guys will be there in the shape you're in, you'll need time for your body to adjust, since you're not a fighter, it'll take you even longer to get on your feet. Elizabeth. I suppose you're right. I admit I don't have any great power. I can't go sword to sword with a holy knight or handle myself well in battle. I know, but even so, I've made up my mind to at least be there with Sir Meliodas and you all. Bekkasu, I must keep my promise. Diane. You're not gonna cry. Elizabeth. Number. Diane looked to Rimmeru, waiting for her vice-captain's order. Rimmeru couldn't help but chuckle. Rimmeru. What even happened while you two were alone? Well, fine, I suppose she's alright enough to at least fit in your backpack, Diane. Diane. That's a good idea, but it might be bumpy. You sure about this? Elizabeth. I am, Lady Diane. Rimmeru. Just be gentle with her and make sure she doesn't move around too much, and she'll be alright. Elizabeth. Thank you, Sir Rimmeru. Rimmeru, Diane, Elizabeth, and Hawk made their way to based prison after meeting up with Meliodas. Meliodas. Mind telling me what we're doing in this part of the tower? Rimmeru. I sense someone else imprisoned in this part of it seems like a young woman, we should help her out. Meliodas. I see well if that's the case, let's get going, and thank you for helping Elizabeth out. Rimmeru. Not like you asking me to or not would have made a difference in my decision, but no problem. Meliodas looked at Elizabeth as she was resting in Diane's backpack. Meliodas. I'm glad you're okay. The Sins and Hawk entered the dungeon. Diane. So weird. This whole place looks totally deserted. Meliodas. I guess my knocking that Holy Knight Airborne put him off a bit. Hawk. Talk about wimps. Rimmeru. Can't say I blame the guys if I were them, I'd do the exact same thing if I knew 3 of us were coming about to make the number of sins reunited 4. We should take it as them being polite. Meanwhile, outside the prison. Jericho. It looks like they've gone inside. What do we do now, Sir Golgius? Golgius. I must admit I'm rather impressed after recently facing Meliodas myself. But the great strength that they've shown will soon come to an end with an agonizing death. Jericho. Sir, is that a spell bead? Golgius threw the spell bead on the ground. A purple fog grew from it and enveloped based prison. Jericho. What is that? Golgius. A magic quarantine barrier. An indestructible, eternal sealing spell. So powerful they couldn't break it with 10 tyrant dragons. Golgius chuckled. Golgius. The sins will wither away to nothing inside this eternally locked cage. Meanwhile, inside the prison. Rimmeru. Here she is. Meliodas. Then let's get her out. Got room in your backpack for another one. Diane. No problem. As Diane's hand reached for her and tore off the cage she was in, the young lady couldn't help but scream before fainting. Diane placed her in her backpack. Hawk. Sure, she's okay. Diane. Yeah, I think she's gonna be just fine. Everyone heard footsteps approaching and looked to see who the source was. Meliodas. Ban. Hey, Captain. Hawk. They both seem upset. What's going on? I got a bad feeling about this. Rimuru. Then your animal instincts are sharp. Best back up, this can get messy. Diane. I think you wanna get behind me and hide there. Rimuru. That is, if you value your safety. Hawk whimpered. Meliodas and Ban were glaring at each other, their fellow Sins fully prepared for what was about to happen next. Meliodas. Ban. Captain. They excitedly ran to each other before clapping their hands in rhythm with each other's. Hawk. What's that? Like a game of patty cake gone horribly wrong. Diane and Rimuru both seemed over it, like they were doing a tedious chore. Rimuru. Every time. Ban. Captain. Ban slammed Meliodas into the wall with both fists, sending him through 6 walls, stopping at the 7th, though there was hardly anything left of it. Ban was laughing and jumping excitedly. Ban. My turn. Me next. Meliodas headbutted Ban, sending him flying through several walls as well. Hawk. Do I wanna know? Rimuru. You really don't. Diane. Just roll with it. Meliodas and Ban laughed together. Ban. So great, and here I was worried hanging with Rimuru would have made you go soft on me. Rimuru. Screw you too, asshole. Meliodas. You still got it. Meliodas and Ban joined hands and got on the ground. Ban. Ready. Meliodas. Go. They began arm wrestling, destroying the prison they stood in. Hawk. What's happening? Diane. Those two have been like this for as long as I've known them. Rimuru. I swear they're both so childish. Hawk. Wait, they've been like what? Diane. Just typical boys, so immature. Rimuru. I take offense at jotting it down to the gender we share. Ban. 720 times. If I recall correctly, and I do, I beat you 361 of them. Meliodas. You've lost your mind. I've won 361 times. Ban. Hey Rimuru, what's the score? Rimuru. Don't even think about dragging me into this. Meliodas and Ban screamed at each other in rivalry as the floor beneath them gave out. Diane. The captain is so cute when he gets all worked up like that. She said while also falling. Hawk. I don't think this is the time. Hawk said while holding onto her. Rimuru. Besides, cute isn't the word I'd use. Unbeknownst to any of them, it was there in the first place, the barrier began to collapse along with the prison. Golgius. The barrier. Jericho. Impossible. The entire prison collapsed. Debris approached the soldiers and knights. Jericho. The Sins, just how much power did they actually control? Golgius. Strategic withdrawal. Golgius had used his powers of invisibility and ran. Jericho. What? Hey, hold on a minute. What about me? Realizing her legs didn't appear to be broken, Jericho also ran. Later at the Boar Hat Tavern. Meliodas. How's Elizabeth doing, Diane? Diane. She's resting comfortably. Rimuru. She should make a full recovery as soon as she wakes up. Meliodas. That's good. Hawk. But why is she sleeping in your room, Meliodas? 'Cause I thought Elizabeth was up on the 3rd floor. Meliodas. Yeah, about that. Ban completely took over her bed. He said he laid claim to her room and that now it's his. Rimuru. Like hell it is. I'll kick him out of there myself. After a couple years in prison, I'm sure he can sleep on the floor just fine. Fitting for scum such as him. Meliodas. Please don't. You guys'll tear up the tavern. Hawk. So, what's Elizabeth supposed to do for a bed then? Meliodas. She can always sleep with me. Hawk. That's true. Those are the only rooms, so there's not much of a choice. Like hell, she will. Rimuru. Maybe both you and Ban should just sleep outside. Meliodas. The father of the girl we saved is a doctor, and he offered to treat us to dinner as thanks for helping him. Rimuru. Well, that sounds good, at least. Nothing like a good meal you didn't have to cook yourself. Later, at the small banquet in honor of the Sins held by the doctor. Meliodas. All right, Elizabeth. Time for me to officially introduce you. This is Ban. He's the fox sin of greed. Ban. Hey, pleasure to meet you, your highness. Meliodas. Whoa. Where'd you get that suit? Ban. I can't very well parade around naked in front of a princess. Rimuru. I'd compliment you for having at least a shred of tact and decency, but I think we both know you didn't have the money to buy that outfit yourself. Ban. Give me some credit, Rimuru, I just happened to stumble across this. It was a total fluke. Diane and Rimuru sighed, knowing that meant he stole it off someone's back, and they were right to assume as much. Rimuru. At least with the red leather, no one will see it easily whenever you inevitably bleed. Ban. So yeah, haven't seen you in a while either, Diane. Diane. I'd have been perfectly happy to go 100 years without seeing you again. Rimmeru. Make it 1000, and I'd be happy. Elizabeth. I'm Elizabeth, a pleasure to meet you, Sir Ban. Ban. Ah, Your Highness, no worries at all. We're not big on ceremony. He took a bow in respect to royalty. Ban. So let's just be friends, the 5 of us. Hawk. You mean the 6 of us. Ban. Captain, you need glasses. Rimmeru's eyes are the same color, so there's only 5 of us here. Hawk. There are 6 of us, are you sure you haven't got a couple of screws loose? Rimmeru. I wish, but that's an insult to the insane. Ban. Rimmeru, if you know who's not here, who are you talking to? Hawk. Me. Ban. There's a talking pig here. Rimmeru and Hawk. You're just noticing that. Ban. Oh no way, a pig talking like a person. That is more than I can handle, man. Hold on. That's it. You're king, right? Of course, you were cursed and finally turned into an actual pig. Diane. Guess again. Rimmeru. You put too much faith in him if you think that'll be enough for him to figure it out. Meliodas. I heard that King's dead, at least that's the rumor. Rimmeru. I don't believe it. Ban. Hawk. I warn you now, I'm no ordinary pig. I'm Sir Hawk, captain of the Order of Scraps Disposal. Ban. Wow. I've never heard of that order before. Rimmeru. It's the fact that he's serious that worries me the most. Dinner didn't take long to start. Everyone ate and drank, enjoying themselves in this moment of moonlit delight. Ban. Come on, don't hold out on me. Please, Captain Hawk. Teach me what you know, master. Ban said in a drunken stupor. Hawk. Will someone please get this guy off my back? Rimmeru. Figuratively or literally? Hawk. Yes. Diane. Ban. Try not to overdo it, okay. Elizabeth. I kinda wish that this could go on forever. But I guess that's not in the cards for us, is it? Rimmeru. Well, a long time ago, someone once told me, do not dwell on the fear of losing the present. Instead, let your heart turn toward the light, and shape a future worthy of hope. Elizabeth. Whoever said that to you sounds very wise. Rimmeru spared a glance at Elizabeth before chuckling to himself with his eyes closed. Rimmeru. Yeah, she was. Diane. Hey, Rimmeru, could you give me and Elizabeth a minute to have a girl talk? Rimmeru. Sure, don't mind me, ladies. Rimmeru walked off and couldn't help but smirk to himself. Rimmeru. Some things never change. Soon, the skies started forming shooting stars that crossed each other repeatedly. Rimmeru. So, those days have returned. I almost forgot. No, perhaps it's truer to say I hope to forget. The weight, the tension, the unmistakable feeling that marks the dawning of a holy war. Sometime later in Tala village. Gilthunder, Meliodas, Rimmeru, Diane, and Ban have come together. I wonder why they've finally decided to take action. I expected the vice captain to get everyone moving sooner. Gilthunder. Careful not to betray the great trust I've placed in you, King.